I feel like through the very nature of it, the internet is sort of a catch-22 situation. You're done if you do, you're done if you don't. The internet is a very easy place to waste an awful lot of time. At the same time, it's the most powerful tool for education and money making I feel like humanity has ever seen. So many young people of my generation, of our generation, spend all of their time mindlessly scrolling. And I don't like to point it out, but the more and more places I go, the more and more I notice that this is part of society and culture now, right? You're on a bus and people are just like scrolling through TikTok like that. They're just not even paying attention to anything. The internet can be the biggest time suck. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's been there at least once or twice in my life and thought, right, I've spent an hour or two watching this movie or watching this show, or even sometimes, I hate to say it, scrolling Instagram. Or, YouTube Shorts or TikTok even, right? I've been here like 25 minutes, what am I doing? So the internet is a very, very powerful tool. I've made a lot of money on the internet through my online reselling businesses and YouTube channels just like this one. At the same time, it can be the biggest waste of time and it can be the most detrimental thing. I feel like young men who are my age, I'm 21, maybe a little bit older, maybe a bit younger, should only really be using the internet for three purposes. And I say this because these are the three purposes which will basically forward your progress in life and make this the most powerful and useful tool in the world. We're going to speak through all three of them and speak about why they are so important and why just cutting your internet usage down to these 3 points will not only save you a lot of time, but further your progress in life a lot. So we've already spoken about why the internet can be such a time suck and why it can be such a waste of time. But moving off of that point and onto the more important things, the internet is where the money is, it's where you build and facilitate social connections, and it's where you educate yourself. These are the 3 points. I'm going to explain them all in a reasonable amount of detail. The internet has more information on it than ever. So this is education. It's got more information than ever, and it's got more information than anywhere in the world. Any business model that you want to learn about, even if you can't manage to build it yourself, right? You want to learn how Apple became successful, you can watch documentaries on it. You want to learn how to get fit in the gym, you can watch documentaries on it. You want to learn how to dropship, you can pay for my Patreon course, link in the bio. Obviously shameless plug there, but you get the point, right? The internet is full of educational material. Free, paid, anything in between, right? You can learn so much about business, you can learn so much about health, well-being, spirituality, successful mindsets, building yourself into the life that you want, moving abroad, traveling. All of it can be found here on the internet, on YouTube, on other platforms even. It's so easy to educate yourselves on powerful topics that people would have never known about before. How do I start a business selling, clothes? You can find out fairly easily on YouTube. It's not impossible at all. How do I travel to this place? Well, someone can tell you. How do I get a six-pack? That's not so hard, but if you don't know, YouTube. Google. Any other online site that can educate yourself. So the internet is the most powerful tool for education, and that's the first and foremost most powerful thing, because we can talk about making money. I'd say that's probably point 2, but we can't talk about making money if we don't know how to do it. And if we don't know how to do it, guess what? The internet can help us. So that's really powerful. Education you'll never find a more valuable education. And so many people pay £6,000, £7,000, £10,000 a year or more to get a university degree, which is a lot of the time fairly useless and results in them working a minimum wage job anyway. You don't need to pay anything. You need to pay maybe for your mobile phone and your internet subscription. And it's really that basic. So maybe you need to pay for your Wi-Fi. That's basically it, right? So that's that. Education is the most powerful tool on the internet, undeniably. So if you use it for its educational purposes, you will never learn more. The second most powerful point that you need to utilize on the internet, I think, to have the most chances of success, is simply going to be income, money making, business building. We've spoken about the fact that you can build businesses online for free or for very cheap. People have this idea that you need thousands or millions to build a business. Not true at all in every arena. Some you do, some you don't. A real entrepreneur will find a way either way, but that's a different concept and another video that I'm going to film. You can make money online anywhere. Sell stuff on eBay, sell stuff on Vinted, sell stuff on Amazon, sell stuff on any kind of pre-loved clothing site, right? Say what you want, but it's a business. If you're buying something and selling it, or just selling something, you are starting to run a business. You can build a business online exceptionally easily. It might not always make a lot of money, but this YouTube channel is a business. It makes me money, right? My reselling business, I mean, it's kind of in the name, but it is a business. So as a business, money making is a very, very powerful tool online, and it opens your average person's earning potential, to a level unforeseen. We've got people becoming multimillionaires on the internet from a lot of different things, right? Maybe you've got a skill to tell somebody, maybe you've got a entertaining lifestyle, I don't know what it is, but you can make money online. Maybe you just resell stuff, you're good at finding deals that you can then sell on in some regard. Maybe you can make a course or something to educate people. I don't know what it is, but you guys can figure that out. The internet is a place to do it though. If you utilize that as a resource, well, your life can change beyond belief. And you know what's funny? Your earnings potential a lot of the time online is not correlated to the amount of hours that you do. For example, I've made a few sales today on my eBay store whilst I was asleep. I've been getting views on my YouTube channel which make money, maybe not that much, might be an extra 10, 15, 20 pounds a day, but whilst I was asleep, whilst I was at the shop, whilst I was going for a walk. Items can sell at any time, and yes, you still have to dispatch them and all that, but you get the point, right? So that's incredibly easy. Or it can make you a lot more money. One sale on my store could be up to a couple of £100 of profit. It depends on the item, but you get the point. So let's say it's £100 profit. Well, that's basically 10 hours worth of work at a job. The internet has created a new world for your average person to become an entrepreneur. So money making and education, the two most powerful things. And the third one, I say this third because I feel like it's less important, is social connections and building social connections. You know, you need to text somebody, where are you going to do it? Obviously, things like Instagram, maybe Snapchat, I don't know what it's going to be. So you can obviously text people that you know. If you've got influence, or if you know people with influence, or if you want to reach out to people with influence, imagine this, right? Think about this as a concept. Yes, I know that writing letters was a thing, but in the modern world, you can literally type out a few words on your phone and text the most famous person that you know. They might not respond. They probably won't. But you can do it. You can send a direct message to the most famous person you know, the most influential person, the person who you want to get business advice from, the person who you want to get self-improvement advice from. You can listen to people's stories, kind of like what I'm trying to tell here, but other people who know a lot more than me. There's a lot of opportunities for I don't want to say upskilling yourself, but learning about people, knowing about people, hearing people's stories, connecting with people, right? Look at internet groups. You can join groups where you may even meet real friends. You may meet people who will forward your journey. So connection is exceptionally important, and people say your network is your net worth. The internet has expanded your network potentially around the country, around the world even, right? So you don't even know what doors that could possibly open. You don't even know. The amount of people who I've met through this YouTube channel who have taught me some stuff, it's actually changed the course of some of my businesses at the very least. And that is not that uncommon in today's world. It's not that uncommon. For example, just look at this YouTube channel itself. I know it's a business on the one hand, but also it's kind of a social network for me because I'm hearing a lot of different stories. I'm meeting people. I'm getting messages from people. I'm getting contacted by people. I'm getting people telling me stuff about business. It's really, really powerful as a networking tool. But here is the thing, right? If people spent as much time or as much passion improving their situation through the internet as they did wanting to play games or watching TikToks, meaningless TikToks that is, their life could be completely different. And these are, for a young man trying to build his status, I think, the only real purposes of the internet: education, income, and networking. What else is there on the internet, right? Yes, we can talk about, well, you got to text your friends or you've got to work on the internet, but that kind of comes under income, right? Or networking. So I feel like everything else out there is just a time suck. And say what you want about when you're rich and successful, you can spend hours scrolling TikTok, fair enough, but what is the point in utilizing the most powerful device in history for wasting time? I don't think it makes much sense, but that's just me. That's the three purposes that I mainly use the internet for. Obviously, we all have days where we, might watch a movie or play a game, fair enough, but as a broad conversation, I feel like these are the most powerful utilizations of the internet. Thank you for watching, I hope I'll see you soon.